Hey everyone, I am back with another whiskey for us today. We are on our quest for 101 whiskey scores by the end of next year. Last week we left off with Midwinter's Night's Dram as a fun Thanksgiving bottle, and I thought I would break out my other fun Thanksgiving bottle before Thanksgiving hits. This is our Traverse City Cherry Infused Whiskey. This one is a lot of fun for special occasions, holiday season, Thanksgiving, cherry pie, cobbler, pumpkin pies. This is a fun whiskey to pair with all the delicious offerings of Thanksgiving. This bottle I picked up in 2023 and haven't replaced it because I just sip on it for special holiday occasions. And I thought, as Thanksgiving is approaching in a couple days, let's give this one a pour, a score, a taste. We'll do it quick. But first, a little bit about Traverse City. Every year they have a cherry festival, which is in Traverse City, Michigan. I pulled up a little clip from their whiskey festival that they do each year.
One of Michigan's greatest gems. We're talking about the National Cherry Festival happening in Michigan's cherry capital of the world, Traverse City. And we welcome to the show this morning Kat Pay along with Tessa Nico, the National Cherry Queen herself.
Hello.
Oh, do I need to bow?
Oh, no.
So as you can tell, the Cherry Festival is a big deal in Michigan here. So, these cherries are the real deal. Tart, sour cherries, as you can see here. Traverse City Whiskey Company takes these cherries, takes barrel-proof whiskey, and then they just steep the cherries in this whiskey, which it looks like is what they're doing here. And they let it steep for, I believe, 2 or 3 days. So it just infuses, the whiskey infuses with this real fresh, delicious cherries. This is not syrup or anything poured in. This is just whiskey getting to steep in this delicious Traverse City cherries. So it should give a nice tart, soury taste. So real quick about our whiskey here, straight bourbon whiskey infused with Montmorency cherries. 6 years, 106.3? No, 106.6. So 106.6. 75% corn, 21 rye, 4% malted barley. Sounds delicious. Infused with Montmorency sour cherries. Ooh, I love sour cherries. And our fill level, we've kind of dipped now below the label. We're in this area here. And again, I popped this bottle open originally in 2023. All right, let's get a pour of this and check out the color. See what ooh, that's tight. Nice. Ooh, always have to get that first smell. It's a beautiful cherry infused whiskey here. So let's see if we can get some color on this. We're kind of deep and nice. It's darker than this. There we go. We're back into this. Fire, kind of old oak, roasted burnt umber again. Because you can see it's too dark for these ones up here in the Auburn. Too dark. We're way out of this line. We're down here on this lower level. So let's go in between these two. It's probably the right space to be. Smells so good. God, I love that. All right, we are dark cherries. So this is more, reminds me of All right, let's find the fruit. We are in this kind of cooked, dried, dehydrated. We even have some of this processed because I'm seeing in here this kind of peel. This reminds me of prunes, jams, stewed fruit. It's kind of got this soury citrus, kind of this sour citrus smell. We're in here cherry, plum. It's dark. It's very dark, 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 which I like. Kind of like dark and heavy, sour. So it's got that berryness going on. Very nice. All right, it's got this red wine kind of note because of that darkness. It evokes this kind of red wine, sherry port finish. All right, let's take a look over here. Okay, there is a spicy note here as well. We're up in this baking spices, maybe these cloves, and some softer peppers, but not as peppery, but if it maybe a red pepper. But I think we're mostly living in this zone over here on the nose. Let's bring it to the palate. See how this tastes. Whoa. Wow. All right, for me, it evokes again this red wine, kind of tart, sour finish. Wow. All right, there's some kind of that sharp, soury alcohol-like note. So you know there's barrel, you know there's proof. And so I'm getting this kind of cherry and kind of like that pie. Okay, so like a cherry pie with sharp alcohol notes behind it. It's good. It's very good. When I give my tongue a smack in my mouth, really brings out that cherry pie flavor. Now there is definitely that kind of alcohol-y, kind of clear spirit alcohol note behind it, which I wish wasn't there. I wish it was a little, like I want the proof, but also like a smooth proof where you're not tasting like the base alcohol note. I'm wondering, it would be nice if this had more barrel impact for me. It's kind of missing. I don't get much over here on this wood, and this whole woody section is missing. I wish I got more of stuff living in this zone. So this, I don't know, maybe it doesn't pair with the cherry and it just disappears or falls apart, or 6 years is too young for Michigan aging whiskey. I just don't know. But yeah, I wish this, so this here is a question mark. It just falls off, doesn't show up, not enough oak, not enough barrel. We are only living down here with this fruity, and then there's like a sharp alcohol note. So I wish that alcohol note would be softened, steeped into the barrel more, pull out those barrel woods, and we'd be left with kind of this sour, sweet, fruity, dark, jammy with, you know, delicious oaks and woods. And the oak and wood side does not show up, isn't there. Kind of a letdown. Now, this is 6 year. I found a video of the Bourbon Jerks reviewing this year's 2025 10-year expression, which I went to Traverse City website, didn't see, but let's check out the Bourbon Jerks review.
Today I'm going to give you my knee-jerk reaction to the 2025 Heritage Edition Traverse City Whiskey Company Barrel Proof Cherry. So this is straight bourbon whiskey infused with Montmorency cherries from Traverse City, Michigan. The proof point comes in this year at 109.6, but is it any good? Let's give it a rev. Now I did do a short review on last year's Traverse City Barrel Proof Cherry. I think I rated it solid. The cherry was a little bit more subdued, a little bit more dialed back than I was expecting. It was kind of a nice, subtle accent to the bourbon. So let's see what this year's is like. So first, take a look at the color. You can definitely see that's like a reddish copper. Maybe it's my brain telling me that it should be red because there's cherries in it. I don't know. But it does have a nice color to it. The nose. I get kind of like a strawberry shortcake type vibe right away. Maybe like vanilla cream, creme brulee maybe? The obvious note that I'm looking for is cherry, and I'm just not quite picking up on it. I'm getting the other stuff first, so let's see if that translates to the palate. All right, so I'm definitely getting the cherry note on the palate right away. But it's kind of like a cherry vanilla, like a cherry cake. Like, again, not the most blatant cherry note that I was maybe expecting here. The cherry doesn't overpower. It does kind of add a nice layer of flavor to it, but it definitely doesn't. Let me put it this way. If you didn't know there was actual cherries in it, you probably wouldn't guess that. In fact, I can think of a couple of barrel-proof bourbons that I've had recently that are way more cherry forward than this. This does feel like a better experience than I was getting last year. As far as rating this one goes, I would call this one legit. Price tag on it this year, I think it was either $94 or $99, which seems in line with the 10-year age statement that you're getting. Yeah, I really dig this. Maybe something that you consider picking up, even if you're just looking for something a little bit different. I don't know. Anyhow, cheers. Thanks for watching. Stay jerky.
So I went over to the Traverse City website to see if I could find the 10-year expression that the Bourbon Jerks were talking about and reviewing. And let's see here. I only find products, whiskey. So here is, there we go. There's the barrel proof. Here's the cherry. It's still available, but this still says 6 years. So maybe they didn't update the photo. Maybe, let's see here. They got this other one, which is a peach, barrel proof peach, which sounds good to me. I wonder where we get some more info on this though. It just says add to cart. It does not say 10 years. It says products, whiskeys. Oh wait, maybe let me go over here to shop. Let's try a different route to find this. There's the specialties. Here's the barrel proof. Here's the limited release, and it still says 6 years. Showing 6 years in the photo. bottle count, only 234 bottles on this one. And they are single barrel, I believe. Yep, single barrel. So, so I don't know. I don't know where. Maybe you have to be local to find it, the 10-year expression, and you go into the shop at the distillery. I'm not sure. Let's give this Traverse City barrel proof whiskey a final rating for, again, this is the 2023 bottle that I picked up. So hopefully, 2025 possibly got a lot better. But on the nose is quite good. I like the nose. I'm going to give the nose a 7. The mouthfeel, in terms of just oils and viscosity, I'm looking for the coating. To me, it just kind of stings the tongue and doesn't have the right kind of oiliness that I'm looking for. I'm going to go 5.5. Balance, again, I'm probably going to go 5.5. Flavor, yeah, I'm in this like maybe 5.5. While we're at the 5s, let's just hit it with the 5.5s. I wish I could score it higher. Complexity, again, we're just kind of 5.5. It's missing. It's got the cherry and it's got that kind of fruit and the darkness with kind of that kind of wine-like tartness, the drying, which I love. That's my thing, but it's lacking everywhere else. It's kind of one-dimensional in terms of it doesn't expand, it doesn't open up, it doesn't have good coating, it doesn't have then followed up between like tartness and cherry and kind of the stone fruits, and then it moves over into bringing in some of those deep wood barrel impact. That whole side is missing from the equation. So then let's finish with the finishes. The finish is not great for me. I'm dropping it even lower on the finish, so just a 5 on the finish. Overall, star-wise, this is gonna get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a half star. So we ended with a 5.5 on the star scale. It's okay. It's just okay. So where are we on a 5.5? We are just in here, kind of average-ish. I'd almost drop it down to a 5. I think it's average. I want it to be better. I want it to be more special. Maybe the newer bottles are. I'm not convinced that I want to pick up a backup until this is actually gone to try a newer version. Maybe next Thanksgiving I will try it again and maybe also order that peach. That kind of sounds fun. I like the infusion that they do. I like how they just take the cherries and just let it soak in that barrel proof whiskey. That sounds, like a really cool process. All right, we will add the Traverse City barrel proof cherry. I'm gonna mark it down a bit to just a 5. I don't think it pushes beyond a 5 for me. So there we are, as we are scaling these 101 whiskeys out. There we go on the chart. So it's gonna land in that 5 zone. I'm kind of interested in next year's. I'm interested if I see that 10-year, maybe there'd be some more barrel impact, but I'm trying to think of if the Bourbon Jerkies mentioned a lot of barrel and wood in theirs, and I don't think I heard that. So I'm just wondering if I haven't tried any other Michigan whiskeys and bourbons, so if anyone has, how does aging whiskey do in that area, in that geography? Does it, does the cold, does the heat do anything special for that whiskey in Michigan, or is it tough to really age products there? I'm not sure. So anyway, thank you for joining me for another whiskey score. We got one up on the board. You know, possibly fun for Thanksgiving. Also, you know, now that I try it again, I don't know. I want to like it more than I actually did. So there you have it. Let's end with today's pairing, just because it's the end of the night. Ooh, cranberry butter cookies from Trader Joe's. Let's see how these pair up together. Ooh, yeah, so we get a little of this. Ooh, God, it smells good like that. Butter cookie, buttery, super buttery. And those little cranberry bits. Followed by that cherry pie. Oh, wow. Butter cookies. Whoa. Oh, Trader Joe butter cookies mixed in with this. I approve. There you go. So let's finish it like that. Everyone have a happy holiday, have a happy Thanksgiving. Share the whiskey with your loved ones, your friends. Be festive, be merry, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, that's good. The buttery layer on that, I didn't know I'd like so much. Mixed with this whiskey.